everybody, I'm Tim Ward and welcome back to Garden Sense. Well, I hope each and every one of you had a blessed Easter weekend. I know I did. Because of the Easter weekend, it was a little bit slow in terms of questions coming in, but a few did come through via email, so why don't we address those here right now. The first question is from Bill. Hey Tim, yesterday I planted my crepe myrtle and I planted it with a burlap bag surrounding the root ball and the metal that held it all together. Did I do a bad thing? So yeah, you kind of did a bad thing there. And there's two things that have gone wrong. First of all, when you say the metal band, I'm assuming what you're talking about is the burlap bag went around the entire root ball and then it was secured by this metal band somewhere at the base of the tree. Now, what's gonna happen is if you don't get that metal band off, you're actually gonna restrict and basically choke the tree. It's not gonna be able to expand the way that it normally would. It could also start to grow and cause a deformity in terms of how the tree is gonna grow. So you gotta get that metal band off. The burlap is a little bit different story. Depending on the type of burlap, there are some plants, frankly, that'll just burst right through, right? But we don't wanna take that risk. If it's a real hardy burlap, you're essentially gonna choke out the tree and it's simply not gonna survive because it can't get its root system out there to pull in the nutrition that it's gonna need. So here's what you do. Dig around the sides of the root ball as best you can and try to get down, but you don't necessarily have to lift the tree up and completely remove the burlap. But what you need to do is, get a knife or something, scissors, and try and cut down the sides and start peeling away and opening up the top of that burlap so that those roots can start to send their runners out. Remember, a tree's roots primarily grow horizontally. They'll grow down a little bit, but they're gonna grow horizontally as far as they can, again, to pull in that nutrition that it needs from the soil to help stabilize the tree. So you gotta get that metal band off and definitely remove as much of the sides of the burlap so that the roots can find their way to the soil quicker. If you don't, I can't say that tree is gonna survive. The next question is from Diane. Hey Tim, we live in Florida. We have little black and yellow grasshoppers that are eating all of the leaves off our outdoor plants. Neem oil does nothing to help. Someone identified them as lubbers. What is an effective way to eradicate these pests without hurting the plants? The way you've described them definitely makes them sound like lubbers. And the good news is lubbers are part of the grasshopper family, which means what you want to use is bio-advanced 3-in-1 insect, disease, and mite control. It comes in an RTU, that's ready to use bottle. You can hook it up to your hose and you can actually spray down your desirable plants and it'll help kill what's there and repel anything from trying to land or eat your plants in the future. It's a really great product, and as always, you can find it over at rosensonline.com. The third question is from Andrea. Hey Tim, what is this weed and how can I get rid of it? So this is chickweed, and it's a very common weed, especially in the mid-Atlantic and up into the Northeast. Now, the good news is chickweed is actually a winter annual weed. So its natural life cycle is actually going to be ending here in the next couple of weeks. And in some parts of the country, it probably already has. What that means is it's dying off and you're really not going to have to worry about it too much. Now, next spring, to avoid having to deal with it, what we highly recommend is that you actually put down turf truss broadleaf weed control mid to end of October. Again, you gotta get this down before the winter solstice hits because that's actually when chickweed is going to germinate. Now, if you miss anything and you do see some chickweed come up next year, go ahead and purchase Bonide's Weed Beater Ultra. You can try Fertilome's Weed Free Zone. They're both great products. They both kill chickweed. The last question for today is from John. Hey Tim, I have Star of Bethlehem taking over my lawn. How should I treat this weed? So any product containing 2,4-D is gonna be a good product to take care of Star of Bethlehem. Now, you're gonna need to put down 2 applications. The first application is gonna take care of the foliage or any of the flower if you're already starting to see it. However, it's probably not going to take care of the bulb. So make sure that you get down a second application of 2,4-D, and that'll absolutely take care of it. Now, we do have 2,4-D available over at Rosen's online. Again, it comes in a concentrate, so you're gonna put it down either in your own hose end applicator or a backpack spray or something like that. If you're looking for a granular product, Weed Beater Complete is actually what we would recommend. It'll absolutely take care of Star of Bethlehem. Both products, the 2,4-D, the Weed Beater Complete, they're great products. They'll work. It's really just up to you in terms of which product you want to use. Couple final thoughts, guys. The Turf Trust Triple Play over at rosensonline.com is ending April 15th. So you've only got a couple of more days to take advantage of this special offer if you haven't done so. So if you have not purchased Turf Trust fertilizer, Gallery, or Dimension, head over to Rosen's Online right now. Take advantage. You're going to save money because we bundled those products together, and it's going to qualify for free shipping. So make sure you head over there and take advantage of it. Sale is ending April 15th. Guys, I've been getting a ton of emails from you also about weeds and lawn weeds, and we even talked a little bit about some of the lawn weeds today. Now is really the time, especially in the Mid-Atlantic, where you're gonna wanna start thinking about putting down something like Bonhide's Weed Beater Ultra, Fertilome's Weed Free Zone, or frankly, whatever weed killer you like. Now's the time to start thinking about getting it down. The reason you wanna kill weeds is, one, is they're just unsightly and we don't want them in our lawn. But if you have a lawn that has tall fescue, specifically the RTF, then when you eradicate those weeds, you're actually gonna make room for those rhizomes to go out and start allowing the grass to spread. They aren't gonna have to compete, quite frankly, with the weeds that are there. So if you want a really great looking lawn this summer, try and kill those weeds now. It's gonna allow your grass to start to spread naturally. The third thing we wanna talk about and start thinking about is grub control. Middle of April to early to mid-May is when you're gonna wanna get down Bio Advanced 24-hour grub killer. This is a great product for killing grubs. It's a great product for preventing grubs. So if you typically have a grub problem and you're aware of it, you're gonna wanna get this product down really within the next month or so to help solve that issue for most of the summer. And you're gonna wanna make a second application really in probably an August time frame to take care of anything that you may have missed. Folks, we really appreciate you taking so much time with us. I know it was a little bit shorter video, but some of that has to do with just having that Easter weekend and not too many questions coming in. So in any case, thank you so much for spending time with us. We really appreciate your business. God bless.